a survivor. I'm gonna make it.
Hi guys, my name is Drew Taylor, and I am the owner, or me and my wife are the owner of Okefenokee Nutrition, Energy, and Fuel Hut Nutrition, and we are mad about domestic violence.
Hi, Hashondra here, and I am the founder and president of Manifested Deliverance Foundation, and we're off to an amazing day and an amazing start as we continue our series with survival hacks concerning domestic violence. We know that domestic violence is an issue, but day by day, moment by moment, second by second, and also by gaining information, we can stop and move forward on ending domestic violence. So we are here today with Drew, and I'm just gonna step back and I'm gonna let him introduce himself and tell us a little bit about him.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to speak. So like I said, my name is Drew Taylor. I have been doing martial arts for 22 years. I'm 26 years old. Me and my wife own two businesses here in South Georgia. I currently was competing heavy in Taekwondo, trying to qualify for the Olympics. At one time, I got a top 3 in the U.S., top 80% of the world. And so, yeah, that's pretty much like kind of like my background story: martial arts, health and fitness. I did multiple things growing up: wrestling, football, basketball, baseball, tennis. Like I was an athlete growing up as well. So, but yeah, definitely martial arts is like my base ground of everything I've done in my life.
Knowing martial arts with just self-defense methods is just awesome in general.
Right.
So if you're in a domestic violence situation, knowing some martial arts, they just save your life. But we're gonna go with our first question. What do you think is the most effective self-defense technique that there is?
I think a lot of like the most self-defense technique is gaining as much space from the person as you possibly can.
Okay.
A lot of times you might not have that scenario where you can't gain space, but everything's always like in distance. And if you're being abused or you know that somebody's trying to abuse you, making sure they have your hands free. So don't have your hands in your pocket by your side, like keep your hands up. I'm saying this is showing them like, hey, like, I don't want any problems. But your hands are also where you need to have them just in case something happens, so you can defend yourself with your hands. But also gaining that space away from the person. So if you see that the situation is escalating, your hands are up, so you know you're able to defend yourself. And so now your back is up, you're gaining that distance to where if you need to run away, you can definitely run away. That's the first thing with martial arts and self-defense is making sure to run away and get away from the problem. Because you don't want to sit here and have to fight yourself or fight for a defender. You want to be sure to get away from them as quick as possible. But if you have no choice, if you have to defend yourself, the biggest thing is always, for me personally, is making sure to control the wrist. Because if you control somebody's wrist, they can't hit you, they can't punch you, they might be able to hit you, but once you're able to control the wrist and you control both of them, you can almost control the person to where you can steer them into a different direction and they're running.
Wow. I learned something today. But that was a great answer, especially with, making that space, because we already know that response is everything. But we know that certain people at times don't avoid situations. They try to, just go in and do some things that cause the situation to escalate, which leads me to my next question. What advice would you give a male that's trying to defend himself against a female that may be coming towards him with blows or with a baseball bat or a knife, because we have that scenario that men don't get abused, but women can be very violent at times. So sometimes males don't want to defend themselves.
Right.
So with the male in that situation, what advice would you give?
Especially with the stigma, like because most males, like their initial reaction to push you or something like that. So if a male does push a female, it's he say, she say.
Mm-hmm.
And so if she falls and gets hurt, it doesn't matter the situation. He's automatically going to get the spotlight and blame. But we're going to go with the first one. If she's physically trying to attack you, same thing, hands up, create that distance as much as you possibly can and avoid the situation. But again, if you're unable to avoid it, wrist control, and steer into a different direction and get out there as quick as possible. One of the biggest things that people were different, like people don't really understand what martial arts, especially doing, is like, oh, I'm gonna do martial arts to learn how to fight. You do martial arts to learn how to control yourself, but also learn self-defense and learn the safest ways to get out of it. Most of the time, we're just trying to get away from the problem. instead of, okay, I know martial arts, I've been doing this for 22 years, I'm gonna sit and beat you up. That's not, it's like, how can I avoid this at all costs? The self-defense part has to be the very last, like, you back your up into a corner.
Okay.
With a baseball bat or a knife, again, it's all gonna be the same thing. Hands up, make sure your hands are free, creating a space. But also with a knife or a baseball bat, you really want to focus on the weapon itself. Don't focus on the eyes, don't focus on the hips, focus on the weapon itself. And make sure you can do whatever you can to safely get that weapon away. Try to grab the wrist. Again, everything's going to come to the wrist. If somebody has a knife, you grab the wrist, and you get the weapon out of their hand, discard the weapon, and then run. Everything's going to be hands up, hands free, space. When the weapon's involved, focus on the weapon. At the end of the day, you want to be sure to get out of there as safely as possible without causing any damage to the female themselves. Because again, males cause damage to a female, if you hurt, bruise, scratch, whatever to a female, we're all going to be looking to blame no matter what the scenario is.
And we always encourage males here with Manifest Deliverance Foundation, report what happened.
Yes.
Even though you may seem, some men have considered that to be weak, report it, because if it's on file, then that learned behavior or that repetitious behavior, somebody knows about it. So to our males out there, don't be scared to report women who put their hands on you, because I always tell people you can answer yourself and avoid the situation. So that's a great answer. Now we know that you're in the health and wellness and fitness. So can you elaborate a little bit on how being healthy can enhance performing self-defense techniques?
Okay, which is a great question, because nobody really considers the two kind of go hand in hand.
Right.
Being healthier or maintaining a healthy diet or a healthy lifestyle is extremely beneficial. If you're an alcoholic or you're a drug addict, that's going to alter the way that you see scenarios. It's going to alter the way that you respond. So if you're in a scenario where you've been drinking heavily, you may not respond the way that you should respond because you're under the influence.
Right.
Or if you're on drugs, the same thing applies. But in a day-to-day basis where you're making sure you're getting your proper macro and micronutrients, you want to make sure that you are fueling your body, not only for yourself to feel better, but you have, like, if you're in that scenario, you have the energy, you have the capability, and like you have all those vitamins and minerals in your body to be able to respond the way that you need to respond. So having a great nutrition or having a healthy lifestyle is very beneficial to this type of scenario in general.
I just finished my second book.
Okay.
It's called Untitled, the final season, and there's a chapter in there that focuses on eating healthy. And
Nice.
so how I've gotten into some bad situations or had some conversations I probably shouldn't have, because I was eating pizza and not getting enough sleep. So those things are very vital, and I don't think, like you said, it goes that people really think how much it goes hand in hand. If you're eating healthy, then you're thinking healthier. If you're working out, then of course you're thinking healthier. You're in a better state of mind to make better decisions.
A lot of it's attached to the bacteria in your gut. So if you eat healthy foods or you eat foods that have like proper nutrients, that's actually going to send it to your brain, and it's actually going to help increase. Like, it's not like if you eat unhealthy foods or eat unhealthy muscle. You look at everybody that does that, they're stressed out, anxiety, bad all the time.
Yes.
You look at, like, everybody has stress. Like, I have stress, everybody has stress. But if you look at people that eat healthy foods and take care of our body, most of us, if not a good majority of us, have a better, healthier thought process that goes along with our day-to-day lives. So exercise frequently and eating healthy foods, especially with the healthy foods that we're eating, is going to interact with the chemicals in your gut, which is attached to your brain. So it's almost like it's a direct line for your brain. So if you want to think healthier or think better, be healthier, be happier, you have to first eat healthier and feed your body what it needs to be fed.
And if you don't know how to eat healthy, guess what? Drew does nutrition plans, and he can give you some really good tea. I have my good tea this morning, so my mind is thinking above and beyond. So, next question. Okay. Do you offer classes? I know you offer nutrition plans, but
So At this very time, I don't offer classes because we run two businesses. I'm still in the process of training and everything, so I have a lot going on in my life right now.
Gotcha.
I do have like time slots where I could do a class,
Okay.
but because I want to be able to offer the best that I can offer for myself to people, I don't want to give somebody 25% of myself. So at this time, I don't offer classes, but I'm always Facebook and Instagram messages are always open for people that have questions. I've done a lot. I've done like some video calls with people, not over this specific thing, but I do create time for people where they have certain questions. I'll be more than happy to answer those certain questions for them.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you got to follow through on Facebook, Instagram, get those great messages so that you can learn how to defend yourself and more importantly, learn how to eat healthier. Get some of the tea out. So the last question that I have, if you could only use 4 words to encourage a domestic violence survivor or a victim, what would those 4 words be?
You're not alone. You're not alone. A lot of times, like, I've never personally been affected by domestic violence, but I do have some close friends, close family that have been a part of domestic violence. One of my friends years ago took their life because of domestic violence because they felt like they were alone. And it's even as a male, females, you're not alone. And everybody goes through. There's over 1 billion people in this world. I promise you, people go through what you go through, and you're not by yourself. You're definitely not. So nobody understands. Nobody really knows like how powerful it is to reach out to somebody like him, and it's vulnerable. As a male, it's super hard for us to be very vulnerable with our emotions and our feelings. And if we are a part of domestic violence, we don't want to look at it like, oh, you're a male and you got quote unquote beat up by a female, so now you're weak. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You have to, for yourself, reach out to somebody like, I need help, I need somebody to talk to. And you never know what people have been through in their lives or the connections they might have to connect you to a source that you need in order to get the help that you need for domestic violence. So really get a bit of that nature in life.
Those are 4 powerful words. You are not alone. And that's just powerful. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You're not alone. So don't hesitate to reach out. So I just want to take this moment to say thank you. Thank you so much for this advice today on self-defense. And sometimes self-defense, you never say get them back. Not once. Use space, use your eye contact, focus. It's all about response. Grab that wrist. That was really smart. I never thought to control somebody's wrist, so I learned something.
Is it okay if I show you my demonstration?
Yes.
So I'll just carry it for a while. But so
Yes. Get a crowbar.
So if you grab my elbow, I can still do this. I grab my wrist and like move my wrist around. I have no even if I'm strong, if you grab my wrist with both hands, even if I'm strong and I try to do this, you have control of my whole body. And I can't even go to reach over because if you have both of my wrists, or grab even if I go to do this, you have a hand to stop my wrist, to stop this hand. So now I can't do this.
It's a lot of power.
It is. And I'm trying.
Wow. And I'm not even forcing.
Yeah, she's not, and we're both sitting down. So imagine if you're standing up. If you're standing up with somebody and you have their wrist, even with a crowbar, knife, baseball bat, whatever the case may be, the wrist is that one part of the body where you want to grab it because everything from here is controlled to him.
I wish I would have knew this 7 years ago. But I know it now, and hopefully now that you know it, it will help you to protect yourself in a great way that's smart from domestic violence. So again, thank you. And y'all remember to get mad the right way.
The weapon in hand, if you pull down, that person's body has to go down. You pull to the side, that person's body has to go to the side. So that's why it's always super important to look at where the weapon is. So the weapon's right here. You want to always hands up, hands up, focus. I have problems. I want problems. The second they go to speed, you have to focus on that, and you have to focus on grabbing the wrist. And then also, if you're able to put your hand on the elbow, because these are two joints that are attached to each other, or these are two joints that have a lot of control of the body, of the arm itself. And then once you do that, you steer them to a different direction, and they're going to leave and report it immediately. So, but yeah, I don't think they're going to hit you with a hanger, but yes, ma'am.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case.